Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a missionary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living missionary for you.
Thank you for singing.
Okay, good morning, class, and welcome to B period calculus. Um, so as you guys can see, I've handed out your test from the previous class period, and if you're unhappy with your grade, feel free to come to the retake test, which will be next week. I'll offer tutoring from 4 to 5 o'clock. Where's Freddie? Ding, 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 ding.
I'm sorry, I didn't sleep quite well last night, and
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, try to be on time next time. As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted. I will be offering a retake test on the exam from last class period next week, and if you want to come in for tutoring, you can come in from 4 to 5. All right, I'll now collect the homework at this time.
the what?
The homework, you know, the thing assigned the last class period?
Did you assign a homework?
Yes, I did,
I
Freddie.
didn't know about that. Huh?
Well, I'm sorry. You can still turn it in if you need to, but it'll be 10% off for each day it's late.
Oh boy,
Try to get it done.
I'm really struggling with this class.
Hey, not too bad, right? It's right here, right there. You're sitting on your test.
I got an F minus. Okay, like, first of all, that's none of your business. I'm okay. You really think I'm stupid? No, this class is stupid. Everything, this whole thing is stupid.
Hey, Freddie, I understand it's tough. We're not trying to come after you. We're just trying to see what's wrong and see if you're okay. Does it have something to do with maybe not sleeping enough last night?
Probably, I think so. Well, maybe I should just fix these habits. I feel kind of irritable today. Maybe I should sleep better next time.
Maybe.
All right, guys, time is up. I'm gonna need you to hand in those tests now. Let's see how you guys did. All right, thank you. Let's see it. Oh, wow, Freddie. You did way better on this one than the last one.
Oh, that's because
Something changed.
I slept better, I had more time to study, and I was ready for this test.
Wow,
Yep.
that's
It
good
makes
to
a
hear.
difference.
Yes. And guys, the moral of this story is that sleeping does impact your lives in greater ways than you may think. And as you can see, Freddie did way better on his test after getting rest than before he did.
It does work, guys. It does work.
All right, I'm gonna keep using this mic because this one's too short. All right, so as you guys have probably figured out by now, the topic for today is rest. So how many of you guys remember the topics from this week? What did we talk about Monday? Yes, we talked about nutrition. Cielo was giving us facts about nutrition, the different facts and the, of foods we eat and the different nutrients and different things. What did we talk about Tuesday? Yes, we talked about how exercise is not only important for physical health and growth, but also for mental. It can help you stay sharp in school and also help your emotions too. What did we talk about Wednesday? Yes, Freddie was sharing about how the sun powers a lot of the things in this world. Not only do plants use it for photosynthesis, but our skin also gains vitamin D through it. And then what did we talk about yesterday? Do you guys remember? Temperance, right. This is one of the really important ones because without this, we can't really act on the other areas of health because if you can't show self-control in these certain areas of health, then how are you going to be able to grow as a person, grow in Christ, and grow and stay healthy? So today we're talking about rest. So there's a lot of interesting things. There's a lot of interesting things about rest. How many of you guys are feeling well rested tonight or today, this morning? Raise your hand. Wow, is that it? The rest of you guys are tired, even after that workout today. Wasn't that a good workout? Yes, thank you, Haley, for that. 1 in 3 adults don't get enough sleep, according to the CDC. And according to this, what I just saw here, it looks like it might be less than that, like GLAA. It's a sign of sleep deprivation if you're constantly feeling tired throughout the day. And this next fact is actually really surprising to me. It says that it's natural to feel tired around twice a day, once in the afternoon from 1 to 4 and once again at night. And they suggest that if you take a nap, that you should do it during the time in the afternoon, like 1 to 4, but don't take a nap for longer than 60 minutes. The ideal nap should be around 30 to 60 minutes. So the interesting thing about sleep is that you actually sleep in cycles. So each cycle is about around 90 minutes. And when you interrupt that sleep cycle, it can actually make it harder for your body to wake up and recuperate and recover from that. So by taking a nap from only 30 to 60 minutes, for a nap, it's interrupting the cycle, but it's not allowing your body to think that it's getting night rest for the whole night. I don't know if that makes sense. But anyways, how do we know how much sleep we need? So newborns need around 18 hours of sleep. Yeah, I wish I could sleep 18 hours, that would be amazing. Preschoolers need around 11 to 13 hours of sleep. School-age children need around 10 to 11, and adolescents, that's our age, need around 9 to 10 hours of sleep. How many of you guys think you get 9 to 10 hours of sleep? Okay. There is one that I saw, pretty much just gave. Oh, and who was that? Yves, I guess. Okay, yes. Wow. Yeah, many of us don't get 9 to 10 hours of sleep, although we should. And while you guys may think, oh, I feel fine when I just get 7 hours of sleep, or 8 or 6 or whatever it may be, but hopefully you're not getting 0. That's called, dying eventually. But the thing is that the effects will catch up to you, and whether you realize it or not, it's gonna hurt you in the long run. And adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep. So once you do become an adult, you only need anywhere from that range of 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Now there's the myth saying that as you get older, you need less sleep, but that is actually not true. Many chronologically superior people will say, oh, I don't need that much sleep. I only sleep 6 hours or 5 hours, and I always wake up early in the morning. I find it hard to sleep in or whatever. But in reality, they have a more fragile sleeping pattern, but it doesn't mean that they need less sleep. They should actually still be getting that area of 7 to 9 hours of sleep. So a really interesting part about sleeping is dreaming. Now, how many of you guys remember the dream you had last night, or dreams you've had recently? Okay, decent amount, surprising. So most people don't obviously remember their dreams because their brain is fully shut off. Most of the time you dream in your REM sleep, and REM stands for rapid eye movement. It's like a very deep sleep or whatever, and it's when your body is able to recover the fastest and the best. Usually you should be getting around 2 to 3 hours, I think 2 hours of REM sleep or something like that. And it usually happens in the last third section of the time that you're sleeping. So if you could split up the time you're sleeping into 3 sections, it would be in the last third. You only dream for about 20 to 25% of the time you're sleeping. And so the reason we often don't remember our dreams is because the part of our brain that is where our consciousness in a way sort of lies is usually asleep during that time. But if you do remember your dreams, then that means that you were actually somewhat conscious during your dream, but then not conscious enough to actually be awake. Now, scientists often say that dreaming can help. Well, scientists are sort of split on the idea of what dreaming does for you when you sleep. Scientists say that sometimes it's just a byproduct of sleep, and that it's just a result that when your brain is trying to remember all the things from the day and store it all, that it just happens to be that way. But then some say that dreaming is actually the way that it does store information, and that through dreaming you remember the things through your life and the past day or whatever. And nightmares, which are usually the dreams that people fear, are caused by stress and anxiety. So if you feel that you've been stressed out lately and you've been anxious and stuff, you're actually likely to have more nightmares than if you weren't. So how many of you guys are sleepwalkers? Any sleepwalkers here? Oh, wow. I'll be sure to stay away from you guys when you guys are sleeping. Sleepwalking, what'd you say? Oh, interesting, okay. Sleepwalking tends to travel through genes, actually. It can be sort of a family thing, and it's more common in kids than in adults, but even some adults do have issues with sleepwalking. Sleepwalking is interesting because it can be simple things from just sitting up in bed, maybe talking, turning around, and going back to sleep, or you can be going down to get something from the fridge and eat, and then go back to bed, not even remembering any of it, and not even knowing that you were awake. There have actually been extreme cases enough to the point where people have sleepwalked into their cars and started driving around. Now that's pretty scary if you think about it. Another reason to stay off the road when it's late at night, and yeah. And there's also a myth about sleepwalkers saying that it's always bad to wake a sleepwalker, but that's not true. You should actually wake up someone who's sleepwalking because of the dangerous things that they can do to themselves and to others. Now, what are some of the effects of the lack of sleep? Some of you guys may be thinking, oh, sleep is not that important, I get enough, even though you're only getting 5 hours sometimes. So the obvious one is that you'll feel drowsy throughout the day. That's the obvious. And after around 24 hours of no sleep, you can start to have blurred vision. Sleeping can actually be as dangerous as intoxication. If you're driving and you're extremely tired, it's as bad as pretty much driving drunk. And sleeping, or lack of sleep, interestingly, can also cause you to gain weight. It can give you the tendency to want to overeat, which makes sense because when you're awake for longer, you're going to want to eat more meals. And just lack of sleep, your body's not properly processing how much you need to eat. It can also cause a reduction in insulin production, which can lead to diabetes. And when you have diabetes, that can usually make it easier for you to become overweight. Now, what are some sleeping disorders? Insomnia is probably one of the most common disorders when it comes to sleep. There's two types of insomnia. There's chronic insomnia and acute insomnia. Chronic insomnia, the requirements for that is if you have trouble sleeping or staying asleep for around 3 nights a week for a month or longer. So if you have trouble sleeping like 3 days out of the week and it continues over several months, then you likely have chronic insomnia and will struggle with that for the rest of your life. If you have acute insomnia, that's usually more of a temporary thing. It can come and go depending on if you're like really stressed out with something. It can determine whether or not you have trouble sleeping. Another sleeping disorder is sleep apnea. Sleep apnea can sort of be a scary thing because it involves interruptions to your breathing while you're sleeping. So obviously, as you know, you can breathe without thinking about it, right? Or at least I would hope so. And when you're sleeping, sometimes when you have sleep apnea, your brain isn't always telling your lungs pretty much to breathe, or sometimes it can be you have like some sort of, the way you're sleeping can cause you to not be able to breathe well or whatever. And you can actually stop breathing for like a couple seconds at a time for up to 30 times or more in an hour. And this can also lead to you being tired throughout the day. So, yeah. Sleep is important, guys, and if you're not getting enough of it, you should really do the best you can to try and get more of it. I know with the American lifestyle, we're always about work, do as much as you can, be efficient, and do as much as you can in as little time you can, but we shouldn't sacrifice sleep in order to do those things. So I'm gonna need 2 volunteers at this time. All right, Parker and Gabe. No tomatoes. And no physical activity either. It's just questions about what I've talked about today. Actually, I'll do this. All right. So I'm going to be asking you questions up on the slide. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see that. You might have to turn around. Yeah. All right. First question. How many times a day does your body feel programmed to feel sleepy? Yes, this is during the talk. Uh-huh.
Okay, so the times are from 1 to 4 and in the evening.
Yeah, but how many times? This is just asking, like, if you look at the answer. Yeah, 2 times. Correct.
I was listening.
All right. And then just raise your hand so I know on who to call on first. So, yeah. All right. Which group needs up to 13 hours of sleep per night? Parker. Preschoolers. That is correct. You got, is this? Wait. All right. Okay, Gabe, all right.
False.
It is, yes, it is false. Congratulations. All right, next question. About half of your sleeping hours are spent dreaming, true or false? 50-50. Okay. That is false. That is correct. You only dream for about 20 to 25% of the time that you're sleeping. Okay, which of the following is the most common cause of nightmares? Yes, Gabe. You need to have an answer before you raise your hand. Anxiety. Yes, that is correct. Yeah, so with the eating before going to bed, you're more likely to dream, but it doesn't necessarily imply that you're going to have nightmares. So, yeah, stress and anxiety are a bigger cause of that. Oh, wait, I think that's, okay, yeah. Sleepwalking may include other complex activities such as, Gabe.
Well, okay, this is a trick question because you never said moving furniture in your car. But you also
But
said.
I did say two of those things up there, so then what does that imply?
So wait, this is confusing. Is it all the above or just driving a car?
But then I also said eating.
That makes no sense. Can I choose one answer then?
But if you know that two are right, out of the thing. It's sleepwalking. It's unexplained. I don't know.
Four is my final answer.
Yes, that is correct. All right, driving while drowsy is similar to driving while intoxicated. Oh, that was a close one. Okay, I'm gonna call him Parker on that one. Yes. Yes, I'm sure he did. All right, if you fall a few hours behind in the amount of sleep your body needs, you can never make it up. Yes, good.
It's true.
That is actually false. You so you can make up sleep, but the thing about making up sleep is that it'll take longer to make up sleep than the amount of sleep that you actually lost. So just because you lost 3 hours of sleep or less, you got 3 hours less than you should have, doesn't mean that you only sleep 3 extra. It may take a couple days to keep on getting more sleep than you need to recover from that. All right. Which of the following can result from not getting enough sleep? What?
Didn't you only say one so far in your talk?
Yeah, one of these. Number two, yes, blurred vision. Now, the thing about these other ones, vomiting and low-grade fever, so often people will think, oh, I didn't get enough sleep, so those are the things that happen. But what's really happening is that lack of sleep can weaken your immune system, which allows you to get sick easier. So that's why you could possibly think that you would have a low-grade fever. All right. Not getting enough sleep can lead to weight gain. True or false? Parker. It is true, yes. All right. Sleep disorders and chronic sleep loss have been linked to which of the following?
All of the above.
Yes, that is true. Correct. Insomnia is considered chronic when a person has difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep at least 2 nights a week for a month or longer. Yes, Gabe?
False.
That is correct.
Seriously?
Yes. How many times in a week do they need to struggle to fall asleep for it to be considered chronic? Yes. Correct, correct. Okay, sleep apnea is characterized by pauses in breathing while you are asleep. These pauses can occur. Okay. Gabe.
30 times or more.
Yes, that is correct. You cannot move during REM
You
sleep.
didn't say this during your time.
Did I not? I might have skipped this. I'm sorry. Yes. Okay, what is the answer? It is true, yes. During REM sleep, you're actually in a temporary state of paralysis. So if you see someone moving in their sleep, you know they're not in a deep REM sleep because you cannot move at all while you're in REM sleep. No, this prize is the pride. You get to go knowing that you answered more questions right. All right, this creature. This is. I didn't say this. I know, but it's
For all the marbles.
sure extra credit. This creature remains conscious while it sleeps. Parker raised his hand first, but yes, exactly. That is true. Dolphins have to. They keep part of their brain conscious while they're sleeping so that they can resurface to breathe every once in a while. All right. If you go to bed at 10 p.m., which wake up time will make you the most refreshed? No, it actually doesn't matter. Think of the time intervals of sleep. Think about the cycles of sleep.
I don't do math, bro. You know that.
Gabe?
This is a joint operation. Yes, this is joint.
Oh, it's a joint operation.
6:30.
That is incorrect.
All right.
Think about it. From 10 o'clock, yes, 5:30 is correct. From 10 o'clock to 5:30, you will have whole, even 90-minute intervals of sleep. 7 plus. No, think in minutes. How many minutes is that? It's going to be a multiple of 90.
You told me I needed 9 hours. That's 7.
I know, but you're supposed to think. So if you get more than this, you will, yes, you got more sleep, so you will feel rested. But if you wake up in an interval of 90 minutes, then you're going to feel more rested than if you interrupt that. If you just keep a consistent sleeping cycle, that's the best thing you can do, all right? Just go with that. I think there's 1 or 2 more. Oh, yes, Parker, yes. Don't let them be, Freddie. I heard that. If you nap for longer, okay, Gabe. Are you decided or are you still deciding? Yes, 3. Yes, it'll disrupt your nighttime sleep and you'll have a harder time waking up. All right. I think this might be the last one. Actually, no, there's still more. Okay, if you wake up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom. All right, Gabe.
Keep the room dark.
Yes, that is true. So the thing is that when you... Oh, impressive. So your body produces a chemical called melatonin, which makes you feel tired. And when it's dark, your body produces melatonin. When it's light, it reduces the production of melatonin. So that's why when you wake up in the middle of the night and you turn on the lights, then it's going to make it harder for you to fall back asleep. I mean, it seems like common sense, but it's actually scientifically proven. Okay. So, okay, listen. You will want to keep the lights dark or dim in your room, but please do not use the lights while they're off in the bathroom, all right? Don't go back to the dorm saying Alex told you to use the bathroom with no lights on, all right? I'm not taking responsibility for that. Oh, my. Yes, there's 1 or 2 more. I cannot remember exactly. All right, this is the last one. How much time do you spend dreaming on an average night, Gabe?
4 hours.
Is that an option up there?
Oh, wait. I meant to say 4. Number 4 is 2 hours.
Yes, that is correct. All right, congratulations. Thank you, guys. You guys can go back to your seats. Yep, you're good. All right. So I hope you guys learned and will remember these facts about sleep. And just a friendly reminder, try to get as much sleep as you guys can. I know it's hard sometimes with the schedule we have, but just do your best because it'll help you. All right, let's pray. Dear God, thank you for giving us these amazing bodies that we can use to celebrate you and to do lots of amazing things. Please help us to remember that we are your temples and that we need to take care of our bodies. And please help us to get the right amount of sleep and to remember all the other aspects of health that we need to do. Even though AYBL week is coming to an end, help us to continue healthy habits throughout the rest of the year. In your name I pray, amen. All right, you are dismissed from the front.